Hello, it's Rose again. I think it's early April. Um, I think today is actually the 8th. Yeah, what's it called? I just had a lot on my mind today. There's a lot going on. Switch 2 announcement. That was crazy. It was a lot in that direct. I was especially excited for Tomodachi Life 2. I have been fiending for that game um, for years. As we all know, any Tomodachi Life enjoyers out there, you already know. Um, what was another game that I was excited for? Witchbrook. I was excited for Witchbrook. That sounds really fun, especially because like the multiplayer. Because I feel like nowadays, well, me personally, but I feel like a lot of people can also relate to this. Is like we play games, and I feel like the market doesn't have too many games where you can play online with your friends. And if there is like that kind of feature where you can play with friends, it's not necessarily like you get to travel around with them. There's like just a little feature like, oh, you can like send messages and like things like that. But really, the only games that I feel like could offer that nowadays is just like fighting games. Like, of course, like you're gonna have like multiplayer for fighting games and like PvP and all that, but like, what if I just want to like chill and hang out with my friends? So I'm really happy that they implemented 4 players. I guess you included. That's gonna be really fun. Right now, I'm playing Mario Sunshine. Uh, I got Super Mario All Stars like physically. I remember when it was like released, it was like it's only gonna be for a limited time, and then you'll never be able to get it again. And I was like, oh well, like too bad, I guess. Like I just really didn't feel like getting it. And I was like, whatever. Like eventually it'll come back. And then lo and behold, I found it in a store, and I was like, this might be a sign. So I got it. Um, and I 100% um, Mario 64. Fun game, but also I feel like the input delay kind of dookie, doo doo feces, if you will. 100% it. And then I got onto Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine is like that's one of my like childhood games. I I freaking loved Mario Sunshine. But now that like I'm playing nowadays, it's like, oh, maybe it wasn't like that fire just because of like the mechanics and like how slippy you are. Like Mario himself, like he'll just slide off things and it's just like, ugh. With also like the also also the input delay that messes me up. So I actually like took a while to like get back into the game because that's the other thing too. That's like one of the things I had on my mind is like I have a lot of games basically in my backlog, and I want to complete them. And it made me think like when I was a kid, like of course, like when you're a kid, you don't really have money. Um, $5 is a big deal. Like no way, $5. I'm rich. Um, so you can't get that many games. So you're usually like with one game or two for like I'd say about a year, at least like 6 months, give or take, or longer, depending on like financial situations. So I always just had like a few games to play with, and I would just play them like all the time, and I wouldn't even like play the game properly. Like I would just be like fucking around and like in Mario Sunshine specifically and Wind Waker 2. Shout out to Wind Waker. I would like grab barrels and pots respectively and like set them up in a way where it was like I was a merchant and like I would just play as like, oh yeah, I'm a merchant, I'm selling things. Like, so silly. But there was like so much whimsy back then, and it's like, it kind of makes me think like, where's my whimsy now with the game? Um, which is definitely getting tested right now because currently I'm trying to get all the blue coins in Mario Sunshine, and that is like, I wish we had those physical guides. I don't know if they still do physical guides. I don't think so because everything's online. You know, you just look it up like on IGN and figure it out, or like a wiki, which is like good, I guess. You know, it's just like readily available, and you don't have to like, I guess, pay for that. Because that's a whole other thing. I'm kind of digressing. Um, maybe I'll get into that. But yeah, with a backlog, it kind of like makes me freeze in the sense of like, I have all these games. I don't know which game to pick today. Um, I have a lot of anxiety too, so I feel like in my head, what goes on in my head is like I have to pick a game today, and like then I put like pressure on myself. Like I have to complete it like today. 1 minute. I have 1 minute to complete the whole game, 100%. Um, and it just saps the fun out of the game. Or like another thing too is like games nowadays have like dailies involved, and like there's that other pressure to like, well, I can't play Mario Sunshine today. Like I have to play like one game that I play that has dailies, Sky Children of the Light. Shout out to that game. It was nice, you know, when COVID was around. It's still around. But when it was like heightened, you know, like in 2020, that was like a really nice time to play Sky. But Sky is just, maybe I'll get into that today. Maybe I'll get into it another time. But that, like the dailies, I have so much in my head. It's like I want to spit it all out and then like directly put it into your brain, and then you'll be like, yes, I know what you're talking about. But let me try and pace myself. Damn. Anyway, so like with dailies, it's like you feel the pressure. Like I can't play this game because I have to focus on the game that like has like a time commitment to it, basically. So I'll just do like my usual games that I play like every day because I have to, and it's not fun. Like, so I'm really trying to set a goal for myself to like, you know what, just like, who cares about the other game? If you miss the dailies, who cares? Like, you know, so you pierce the toast. That's a Birdcage reference. It's not probably verbatim, but I love that movie. Birdcage has Robin Williams in it. And I forget the other actor's name, but he's the one where he's like, ah, I pierced the toast. I love him. But yeah, like that's how I'd be reacting when I like miss my dailies. Like, oh my god, I missed my dailies. The world will explode. Um, but yeah, nowadays it's like, so what? You miss a daily, like it's games are important, you know, because you invest time into them. But really, like at the end of the day, it is just a game. Like, of course they're important, and I won't like invalidate. Like, at least I'll try not to invalidate my feelings about it. Like, I spend a lot of time playing video games. Why would I shit on myself? You know, it's like, oh, like it's just like a game. Like, don't even like worry about it. Like, you're being so like dramatic just for a game. Like, no, I'm really trying to stop like that negative kind of speak towards myself. Because it really does make a difference. It feels like when you're in that headspace, it feels like hard to believe like, no, you really do have to like speak positively or like at least neutral towards yourself, because it's like, what's like speaking gonna do? Like I'll still feel the same. Like it's just, that's a whole other thing. I need to record more videos just so I can get all my thoughts out. Dang. But yeah, trying to do that. And right now I'm trying to get blue coins. Let me actually check. I'm in Pianta Village right now. I have 26 blue coins. I don't know the other 4 that I'm missing. And I was using a guide on my phone, but I'm using my phone to record, so fuck it, we ball. I'm just going to go in blind and try and figure out the blue coins as I waffle today. Um, but going back to like the direct, obviously like there's games that I want to play and that I'm really excited for, which, to digress a little, it's like I don't even know if I'm gonna get Switch 2. Like just in general, I don't think I'm going to like get the pre-order. Like I don't really like to get consoles day one just because I'm like trying to see like if there's any issue going on, or like also as well too, um I like different colors. Like I feel like usually I like black theme consoles, and like the Switch is that, but also it has like the red and blue accents, and I'm a green girly, so it's like, hey, if they come out with something green later on, which probably won't be for like years, let's be real. Like, I don't know, I just hold out, you know? But with these tariffs, bruh, like, and then like Nintendo themselves, like the company, just like making things expensive, and then the games being more expensive, and then the freaking the physical ones, the physical cartridges, like don't even have like the full game. I would have to do more research on that. Because I've been hearing talk that like that's already been a thing. In general, I think that was like happening with like Xbox. Now it's happening with Nintendo, and like it just adds to like my general grievances with the world. Uh, but I'm trying not to be like, it's hard, but I'm trying not to be like a bitter old man. But there is a lot that stresses me out. Um, anyway, so I'll probably have to just in general, like with those new games like Tomodachi Life, I don't know if it's gonna come out for Switch One. I don't think I would want to get it for Switch One if it does, but I don't know. I'd have to see. Because if I can, I was thinking too, with the like virtual game card, you could just move it to like Switch 2 system. So like it probably won't even be like that big of a deal. So like it'll work out, you know, whatever. But if I get all these games like day one that I've been wanting, but I still have this backlog of games, like it's only going to add to that frozen feeling. Like before I even pick a game for the day, like give me a break. Like I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. I do a lot of sound bites. That was a sound bite. It's from a TikTok. I would have to like find it. But it's like with a wizard, and he's like talking about 2 nat 20s, and he's like punching this dude. It was silly. Anyway, um, what was I talking about? My mind's kind of like everywhere, but like when isn't it not everywhere? Um, but yeah, I'm just really thinking like I have to complete these games, and not in the sense of like you have to force yourself to play these games, like, but just like, you know what, like take the time, like enjoy the game for what it is, and like enjoy the journey. My brain just went down like a whole other thought process, but I won't really get into that. It's been a little bit since I've like recorded my first video. I have yet to even post it. Like as I'm recording right now, I haven't even posted it. But yeah, I just have to be easy on myself in general. So you pierce the toast. So what? Um, man, there was something I was going to talk about. Right, I'm recording today because yesterday I was watching these videos, and like among them, some of them were talking about like a society does not like artists, and art is very important in the world. That's just art is everywhere, and it comes in many forms. And seeing these people talk about art at such like, I feel like in a way deserves like art deserves respect, and it doesn't get respect, which is such a shame. Artists are really taken advantage of, but it just made me think like, why can't I just do what I want to do, or like do what I love? Which that was like another thing that they were talking about, like the whole starving artist, and like you have to basically like, if you want to be an artist, you have to already like have the acceptance of, I'm not going to make any money from this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I just love it so much. It's a passion burning in my bones about it. And like, that's cool and all, noble, I guess, but like, you still got to eat. Like, a brother still got to eat. A girl still got to eat. Like, pay bills, and things are expensive nowadays. Like, there's really no denying that. Like, things are expensive, as we see with the games, which is a luxury, but like, even with eggs, like, things are just expensive. And the other thing that they were talking about, there was like so many videos that I was watching. It was probably like akin to like doom scrolling, but it really made me contemplate. And one of the things that they were talking about is that art is like revolutionary. Art is important. Art is political. I mean, not all art has to be, but like, it's just a form of expression, and it's a way to like express grievances of what's going on in the world. Not that I'm not sure if I would necessarily be like as revolutionary, I'm just one goober, but it just really made me like sit down and think, and like, you know what, yeah, like, it is. And not that I wasn't like an art hater. I think there's like a word, I think it's like philistine or something like that. It's like philis something, where it's like you're not like an appreciator of the arts. I don't know if it's specifically like just music, but I do remember it involved like music. But I think it can just be like applied in general. Like, you just don't appreciate the arts. And I wasn't really like that. So I would just say nowadays, like, I'm kind of gaining like a whole nother level of appreciation for art, and like trying to motivate and inspire myself, and like strike while the iron is hot, I guess. Not because I necessarily see like something that like I can take advantage of, or that like, oh, this can be like used to my benefit, like, um striking while the iron is hot in the sense of like, these people that I've seen have inspired me to just like do what you want to do, and so I'm going to do that. um Whether it like makes big bucks or no bucks, or Robux. um, I make myself laugh. Anyway, but yeah, just do it. Just do that for yourself. Which is kind of like another thing that I would go down like a rabbit hole of, and I guess I'll just like briefly talk about it. Which is like do it for yourself, but do it for the kid inside you. Do it for you when you were younger. Um, which is like another thing. Like when I was younger, I really like envisioned making like fashion designs, and nowadays I do like have an interest in sewing because it's going to sound haughty, I guess, but like no one can like I've not seen anything nowadays that is like, yes, that's what I want. Like no one can match my dark and twisted mind of what I want to wear. So if there's nothing out there that can be provided for me in that sense, I'm just gonna do it myself. Um, and I feel like why wouldn't I do that for like that little kid in me? Like I'm not trying to be like, I mean, if it does happen, not like shutting out opportunities, but like I'm not necessarily aiming for like being this like world renowned like fashion designer like Mugler or something like that. Like I just want to make something that I like and be proud of it. Um, fulfill that for myself because really like we're not here long. Um, and you got to make the most of it. Which is like it feels so cliche like to say that like oh like you only live once, you have to make the most of it, and it's like I'll say that right now, and like even in my head right now it's like yeah, no shit, like you like time is finite. But it's kind of mostly like telling myself like and telling the negative aspect of my like thinking that like I should do what I want to do and I should not feel bad for doing it. Whether it brings value in like a economical stance, or societal stance, like it doesn't have to be groundbreaking. You just have to enjoy it for what it is. Yeah, I kind of feel myself like getting emotional because I just think so much about these things, and it's like, ugh. Sometimes it feels like really profound when I get in these like thought processes because it's like I just think of so many people too that's like they can't do what they want to do for numerous circumstances, and like that was another thing too. Oh my gosh, I was listening. Let me see if I remember her name. I think it was like Elise, Elise Renee, the artist. And she was talking. She was one of the people that inspired me. Shout out to her. Where like she was saying she felt like a lot of empathy and like for the people that struggle and can't necessarily pursue like their dreams as an artist. And she was going along the lines of like she can hear it already, like people like the naysayers being like, well, like why can't I do that, like why do you have to do that, like in a sense of like tearing others down. And like she thought it too, like well of course, like why can't everyone do this, like it would be in an ideal world, like it would be great if everyone could do what they love, but that's just not the reality. um and like you get sentimental, and it was like, you know what, like I fuck with that, like I really resonated with what she was saying. Yeah, I just get really like I don't know like the term. I don't want to say in my head because I feel like that has a negative connotation. But like I just really think. I'd be on that edge of the cliff, staring at the sunset, wistful, like Finn in Adventure Time. We can stare at the sun wistfully. I forget what Jake was saying. I forget that quote, but that is also something that I think of. It's just that little wistful thing that Finn was doing. Yeah, just crazy. So that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing now. Um, and then the other thing too. Oh, so much. Okay, is like we live in a time where like the whole world is at our fingertips. On our phones, and you can connect with like everyone if you want to, anyone. So there's always going to be someone out there that like will be like, yes, you know what? I do fuck with what you're saying. I do smell what you're cooking. Like you are cooking with oil, in fact. Cooking with fire? Hey, hold up. His writing is this fire? Um, and in that sense, like, why wouldn't I do what I do and share it with the world and inspire others, encourage others to do what they want to do, as long as it doesn't hurt people, like just be whimsical, have fun, you know? Um, and like another thing that like I will think in my head and like kind of predict what others will say like negatively is like, oh, like everyone and their mama want to be a YouTuber. Like, oh, everyone and their mama want to be an artist. Like, and to that, it's like when I really get in my head, like in that negative sense, it's like, oh yeah, like, well, what really sets me apart, or like, what would this and that, and like, who would even like watch, or like, who would even listen, or like this and that and the third, and it's like, there's nothing wrong with like wanting to also be this or that or the third, because it's not like one person won't just listen to one artist, one person just won't listen to like one podcaster, or like watch only one YouTuber. Like you consume multiple things, and if you're just like another one of those people, like I don't think that's a bad thing. Like that was the other thing too, like in those videos, like they were talking about like scarcity, which is like a whole other thing that like I thought about, is like the world today, like at the very least, like in America, um, they really try to fabricate scarcity, and it works. And in that like artist sense, like society versus artists, like they've made scarcity, and then like with like AI and stuff, like whole other rabbit hole. Like everyone's talking about that. I don't have to talk about that right now. But what I was thinking is like there shouldn't be scarcity for that. Why is there scarcity? Like, and then it just made me think like I don't even think it really like exists. Like if we stripped away money and we just created to create, then there's an abundance. Like there would be no scarcity. And of course, this is all like in an ideal world. I know we have to make money and this and that and the third, to make sure that we have food in our bellies, a roof over our head, clothes on our backs, But which kind of like goes to like this other thing of like just general like mentality thinking of like don't think with a scarcity mindset, like think with abundance, which is a whole other thing that I'm trying to like practice, is like live in abundance, think in abundance. It's hard, but I'm trying, and that's really all you can like ask of yourself or someone, I guess, is like, are you trying? Um, but yeah, they were just talking about like the scarcity with like artists and like it's not true, it's not real. Like, don't listen to them, bro. Like, it's just create. Like, there's always gonna be someone that likes what you've made. Like, there's always going to be someone, and there's always going to be someone that doesn't like it, and that's okay. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, just do what you want to do. I have not found any blue coins this whole time. I've really just been like walking around, but it's okay. It helps me think. Um, let's see. I'm gonna go down underneath the village in Piazza Village, but I think I got everything down here. I'm not sure. I don't have like a capture card, so like I can't really like game and talk like. So this is the best you're gonna get. um, let's see. Nah, I don't want to be down there. It's too scary down there. I'm scared. I don't want to go down there. But yeah, I just had to like. I had to talk about this. I had to get it out of my head. I felt like that picture, that gif of what is it? Charlie and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's like with the with all like the things behind him on the board. That's how I'd be feeling like all the time. Definitely feel a little wackadoo. That's okay though. You must embrace your cringe in order to be free. What else was I thinking about? I was thinking about the games. I was thinking about like the scarcity and like doing what you want to do and all that. There was like this other thing that I was thinking about, which may kind of relate. I could probably make it relate in some way, shape, or form. But like, I think I was talking, not talking. I was listening. I was listening to one of like these YouTube videos, and oh, I thought I was in danger. I am safe. It was, I think it was involving like fashion history and like in the political sense and with like fascism and like I believe in Italy, and it was like talking about how during that time like with Mussolini like they really tried to like make it seem like Italy was like gray, and they tried to like force fashion onto um, women and things like that, and it was just like it made me think like in general like why is it that it's like with like the things that are like fabricated, because why is it that it's always just, and I say always, but of course like in a nuanced sense, like it's not always, it's often, but for now I will just use the term always. But why is it always good versus bad, like light versus dark? It's just always like two, the binary. And it made me think like we really associate like, and we just, I know like I do this, which then makes me like kind of think like, and who instilled that in me, like society, you know, like the world. Like there's only good or bad, there's only black or white. And my brain went down like this whole like a Charlie moment of like we associate like good and bad with like many things and like everything kind of feeling like good versus bad, black or white, like, and then that tied in, and my brain was like men versus women, like, and there was probably like something else, and like in my head, like, this is why, like, I feel like I just have to, like, record these things and, like, I just gotta get it out. Like, I just gotta say, like, what I'm thinking. And then, like, I think about it, like, over and over and, like, dissecting. So it felt more profound and big brain when I was thinking about it. And, like, me trying to explain it now, I probably sound like Patrick Starr. But yeah, that was just something that kind of just became like food for thought in my head. Yeah, so at the very least, I just got that little bit out. And if I feel like talking about it more, I will talk about it more when I've dissected it further. God damn, always dissecting shit. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's really that. I don't know. And I could probably just talk about like what I've been talking about so far and just like get into it further. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I try not to. Me specifically, to me personally, I try not to say something and then put the pressure of like, well, now you have to do this. Because just in general, I'm like that. Like, if I envision something for myself, well, it has to be that way. And like, no ifs, ands, or but. Going back to like that black and white mentality, like all or nothing kind of thing. 100% or 0%. Like, you can't half-ass it. You got to put your all into it. Like, which adds to like that kind of like frozen feeling of like, oh well, like I have to do this thing, like, but now I have anxiety and I cannot do it. Like, so for me to like move through that, it's like I have to just be like, yeah, maybe we'll see. Like, I know in the back of my head, like I'll try and commit to it because that's just how my brain it do what it do. Um, but it's like a way for me to give myself grace and like, well, I was like, you know, maybe on it. Like, I wasn't actually like putting all this pressure on myself. So I won't feel like, well, like I fucked that one up, or like, well, I missed my opportunity on that. Like, which kind of goes back to the whole like it's never too late kind of thing. And that's a whole other thing. Like, I always feel like I'm running out of time. And I'm sure many of us feel like that with the times today. Um, just feeling like you're running out of time, but you're not. Like, there's always time. There's always time to do what you want to do. Doesn't matter. Like, even like if it's not really relating to art, like do what you want to do. Take advantage while you can. No. Um, because I feel like it kind of goes back to that scarcity mindset. Like, you have an abundance of time. Like, don't worry about it. I know it's hard to like you. No one can be like, stop worrying, and then like, I'm fixed. I'm no longer worried about anything. Like, yeah, okay. But like saying this for me, but like if anyone's listening, perhaps saying it for you. If you don't really care, don't matter. But just try and like practice. So like telling yourself like, don't worry about it. Like, it's okay. Take your time. And then also too, anything worth doing is worth half-assing. Like, brushing your teeth is important. Um, you know, maybe you have like this routine where like there's 5 steps to it, but maybe you could have only done like 1 step that day because you were feeling like kakapupu, or you were too busy and like too tired and like you just had to get to bed. Like, it's okay, like, that you didn't do the 5 steps. Like, it was worth half-assing, like, at the very least. And then my brain does this other thing of like, and if you didn't do it at all, like, that's okay, because like my brain will take that and just be like, well, if you didn't do it like at all, like you did 0 steps, then like you're a failure, you're going to explode. Like, no, it's not that. Like, it's okay. Like, damn, just be easy on yourself. Like, just be easy on yourself. um like another game, this is like completely digress. But like one of the games that I'll be like playing often is Splatoon 3. I'm kind of like burnt out a little on that. So I don't know when I'll get back to it. Usually I'm like on when there's like special events, cuz like first started out just doing like ranked PvP anarchy, and then like back in Splatoon 2, and then like Salmon Run came out, and that was like, this is fire. So like I got into that, but it wasn't much, and then now onto Splatoon 3. I fuck with Salmon Run heavy. So like I would do like both of them, and I've gotten to a point where it's like I don't really know like what my goal is in Splatoon 3. I've gotten all like my nines on all maps in Salmon Run, and I'll just get like more when I can if it seems fun. Um, I just did the wild card rotation. That was fun. And I'll probably not play until like the Splatfest, or like another like Salmon Run rotation that's like fun, like a golden rotation, or if like big run is here. Probably just that. Which is like another thing too, because like the dailies, which like low key, thank goodness they're not like updating it anymore, where there's like new seasons and like new things to get, because that was just another like daily thing that I had to do. Like, make sure you do your dailies so that you can get the catalog done, because a whole bunch of games now have dailies incorporated into it so that you keep playing their game, and it just sucks the fun out of things. Like, yeah, yeah. But right now, I'm just enjoying Mario Sunshine and talking to y'all, or myself. I'm still enjoying talking to myself. It's quite nice, rather nice. And I still don't know if y'all can hear me like at a nice volume. Who cares? I'll figure it out. Um, what else? I don't know. Now my brain feels kind of quiet. Hmm. You know what's a soundbite that's been like running through my head is like, it's gonna sound like, it's going to make no sense. But I got showed this TikTok by a friend, and all it is just like this ad, and it's like, Firehouse Dog, April 4th, only in Firehouse Dog. Or no way, it's like, Firehouse Dog, rated PG, April 4th, only in Firehouse Dog, rated PG, April 4th, only in Firehouse Dog. And it just keeps repeating like that, and it's like, why is this the thing that stuck in my head? Like, I don't know. But there it is, Firehouse Dog. Rated PG, April 4th. Only in Firehouse Dog. But man, I'm still thinking about Tomodachi Life too. Oh, like the fact that we're getting Tomodachi Life too. Oh, blessed. Blessed. Life is worth living again. I can't wait, but I don't know. Nintendo, I'm eyeing you suspiciously. We'll see. News is always happening. And now my brain just thought of um, that scene or that episode in The Amazing World of Gumball where it's just like that episode with like the news and it's like the fucking in the beginning where it's like duh, 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 like it's just doing the intro to actually like start the news, but it's like this really long intro. Like there's always news. I miss that show. I may watch it again. Well, I will watch it again. It's just like a matter of when, not if. That's like one of my comfort shows, along with Adventure Time. Regular show too, but I don't really watch it too much compared to like the other two. The endings for Adventure Time and regular show will always make me cry without fail. It's just law. It's a fact. Bruh, I still haven't found no blue coins. Help me! Help me! Help! Help me! Yeah. That's another thing I think about. That video, that dude, he had that smoothie in his hand. And he was just saying help. But imagine, like, okay, imagine like you walked out the store and then you just heard that man and you like saw him in the distance. He was just there yelling. Like, I would be walking back into that store. I would not be going to my car. Man. TSPMO. I can't find no blue coins, so I'm gonna start recording so that I can look at the guide and get some blue coins because I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. But goodbye. Hope you're having a great day or evening. If you're gonna take a nap, hope that's nice. If you're gonna sleep, hope that's nice. If you're sleeping already, hope you are resting well. Um, yeah. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.